Hello, this is Professor Kim Nelson with the Jewelry Design Department at FIT, continuing our series of videos for the Bypass Ring Project. Course is JD237. Alright, I'm going to take come in and actually refine this now that I know what I've got. Turn on my points, and now I will start doing discrete modeling, where I actually do a little bit of tweaking. Like I say, though, I try and keep this out of the picture as long as I can. Because it's time consuming, it's tedious. I apologize in advance for these videos because it's kind of like watching me file a wax. This is not fast work. This is slow work. And CAD, while it's very powerful, does not remove the necessity for careful, considered work. I am going to go into the flat shaded view. Makes it a little easier to see what I'm doing. I'm pretty happy with how I resolved this kind of a lump here. I will back that down a little bit. Okay. Now I have the swelling here. That I'm not in love with. Gotta lock that so I can't select it. Go into my vertical seaplane. And since these should all be on the same elevation relative to each other, and remember, always keep revolving the view. Be careful what you're selecting. Don't leave points out. Actually, I want this to be about here. So I've got to bring these two rows into line with that. Okay. Going to check that. Yes, I like that. That's good. Okay. Okay, so What I need to do now is I need to have an edge here. And that's somewhat of a challenge. How I want this to feed into this surface. See, I have this rise, and I don't really know if I want to change that. This is according to my original shank, so this is falling away already. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and handle this the way I would normally handle it and see if I like what I get. That's the smartest thing for me to do. Okay, I need to borrow the edge of this surface, and I want to put a seaplane even with the bottom here. I want to get this curve even with the bottom, so I'm going to make a seaplane, and I'm going to project that onto that seaplane. Remember, project is C enter, and then Y enter to delete the original, if that's what you want to do. I need a little piece of tangency here. So I'm going to get that. By bringing in an iso curve here and splitting this surface, this edge. To do that, I want to make sure that, okay, I'm just checking to see that that's one contiguous edge. I don't want to split it someplace and have little fragments I don't want. Alright. I'm going to take a peek and see where this overlap takes place. It's down here quite a ways. So, somewhere shy of that. I'm going to split this curve and do a blend curve from here to here. I'll just do a quick blend. Okay. Bring this back again, make sure that, because I want this to be down on the ground where these two actually intersect. I want to buy myself as much room as I can. Now, perhaps the smart thing to do would be to do an intersect command between these two items. Okay, and that is how much room I have, so I can buy a little more territory. I'm going to delete that intersect curve. I don't want to keep it. Alright. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Need to join. Going to borrow the edge of this curve again, or surface I should say. Check the math of it with the rebuild command. Yeah, I'm going to rebuild it 15.4 because it's going to make it easier for me to manage. Turn on the control points. I want it to stay tight to the surface through about here, and then I'm going to let it start to roll away. So I'm going to grab all of these points and do the same process we did before, where I do a controlled drop. I'll do this one 0.05. And I want to check how far I go here. I don't want to get too low. So I think that's fine. I'll leave those where they are. The whole point of this surface class is that it's going to be used to match this surface against. So it's going to roll off the edge and then go smooth. So, surface and curve network. Rail, rail, section, and edge section. Should have one tangency. That's good. That's fine. Match. This surface to this one. And then take a look and see how this interacts here. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to emap this whole section. Okay, you see how this is buckling up and wrapping across? I don't like that. So, turn on, actually, delete that surface. Get a hold of this control curve here, this rail. I don't necessarily want to lose my smoothness here. So I'm going to start my taper again here. Actually, I don't want these to go any lower. I want to go 0.1. Okay, make a surface out of that. The edge giving me tangency and match. once again. Now see, we're starting to get a strange buckling here. I was afraid of that when I moved that point. It was enough to cause a problem. But as long as it looks okay with the other piece, I'm all right. Okay. I'm going to have to decide how I want to surface this out. I think that's as good as I'm going to get it in this iteration. So I'm going to stop the video and I will pick up again. I'm going to have to do some finished surfacing, some sophisticated surfacing coming into here. It's not going to be able to be avoided. So that being the case, I'm going to undo what I had done before, and I'll come back and revisit it in the next video. Thanks for watching.